Hi, it's 17th of April, 2011, and you're watching me, Bernie Goldbach, at my back garden as I make a quick news round of the Sunday Times in Ireland. I'm doing this using a Logitech HD webcam and some still images that are coming from a Nokia N8. I'm doing it primarily because there's a group of people on SESI, a mailing list for the Computer Education Society of Ireland, and folks are wondering, what about this kind of webcam software, what about that? I'm telling you that I have a small handheld webcam, one that I will use to pick up and move around some newspapers, and I also have a small Nokia N8. Total cost, free on the N8 on a contract, and €90 for the Logitech webcam. More about how to use these things, perhaps in an in-classroom demonstration, a workshop in Tipperary Institute at the ICT in Education event. You can find information there at www.tipinst.ie/schools. On Twitter, ICT EDU points to the people like myself and Pamela O'Brien who are talking about this. If you're watching my eyes, like some people want to, you'll notice that I'm still red-eyed from a big event called Pen and Pixel, an exhibition of multimedia students at Tipperary Institute. The stress got to me. If you hear noise in the background, it's probably little Mia. I'm watching her in the back garden, as I said here, talk about the newspapers. Now, let's get started with a few things that relate to the Sunday Times news round. Here we go. You can see the Sunday Times laid out on a table that I had to move my little ponies from. I'll just look at the Sunday Times today because I have issues with regard to the back garden. Ruth's a little bit sick, and I got a little one playing in not in the Wendy house, but behind that green fence that Peter Donegan at blog.doneganlandscaping.com liked. It hides the oil tank, and she's exploring back there. She'll be taking a bath. If Mia took a bath, she might be in the raw as well. Fleur Britton has a story told to her by Robert Wyatt, who talks about how to have people pose. So check out this. Check out this. Not the pose, but the macro. So what I'm doing here is I'm zooming my HD webcam right on in to a pose that was done by Robert Wyatt, and less than an inch from the paper. Just using a handheld webcam, you can get really good imagery with good optics. €90, Logitech HD webcam, say 910. Students really like these close-ups. Well, they like close-ups on text that relate to revision items that I teach. Fins aren't what they used to be. That's what the story says. On my Nokia N8, I captured this statement, which is coming across well on the HD webcam, don't you think? My brother's got fins like that. 19-foot-long car. Doesn't even know what it gets per gallon. More like about 10 miles to the gallon. The iPhone 5's coming out. What I like about it best is the big screen part of it. Exceptional stuff. You need big screen beauty because then what I'm showing you now on screen would come across through the Retina display of the iPhone. If you decide you're going to buy the iPhone instead of an N8 or this HD webcam, you can do probably the same thing, zoom in on out and stuff. But I'm telling you what, it's all about the optics. And the optics on this HD webcam, along with the N8, really, really, really good. Sunday Times, if you buy it, I'd go right to the middle part, the focus section, where Ireland's listed as being the outcast of Europe. Good story, good writing, and really reflective journalism. Are the airports going to be sold off? Yeah, maybe so. Does Van Morrison have a love child? Probably. The more graphic story is on the tabloids. Inside this paper is some stuff about technology and event, more about the Irish meltdown. So the meltdown, now followed by a recovery. Damien Kybert, in his column called Irish Outlook, says unions are going to see red at the Croke Park threat. The point is, unions have to accept lesser terms and conditions of employment if they're going to hold on to jobs, if their members are going to hold on to jobs. I feel the same pressure. I work for the state in education. We have to get more students, perhaps work more hours, and probably get less pay. So we won't be able to afford this super buggy. Lisa Burke's looking at the donkey. Just buy that thing for about €1,500. Yuri Engstrom, he's at Yuri on Twitter, knows about this bugaboo. Starting at just under €1,100, costing up to about $1,500, most expensive in Ireland for a buggy. Waiting lists now. No waiting list for ebooks because if you want, you can pirate them pretty easily. That's the point that Amanda Craig makes. Kate Mancy, Maurice Crittenden say, look, people can illegally download 15 years of work in 10 minutes. That's a shame. Pirates can get a hold of it in different ways. This short snap from the Nokia points out how. The background music is provided by Mia, who's enjoying her time running through the garden. Magpies overhead waiting for toast. The Outcasts of Europe, Sarah McInerney has a really great story. It's in the focus section of the Sunday Times. She's pointing out reflective comments by Pat Rabbit. He's saying, look, we used to be able to punch above our weight. Now we're all in trouble. Probably no way of fixing it except the painful and slow diplomatic interludes. It's going to cost more money for Ireland because the longer you take to negotiate a bailout or the reduction in the cost of the bailout, the more it's going to cost Ireland. This will cost you €69, 30 events for culture, politics, technology, inspiration. It's called Mindfield. Join the conversation at mindfield.ie. I like the name of Mark Little. I like the concept of hackerspace. And if it's there, I'll probably be there. May 1st is when it ends. April 29th, where it begins in Dublin city centre at Marion Square. Probably worth going to if you're interested in kickstarting the Irish economy. This is also another way of doing it. Elaine Byrne has an editorial comment about the public's ideas are going to beat those of the ECB, the European Central Bank. She's saying that there has to be an Irish public discourse, and if Ireland's going to criticize Europe, it should be done through a mechanism. So we, the Citizens.ie, an independent initiative, is hosting regional deliberation events in Kilkenny, Cork, Galway, Dublin, Letterkenny, Athlone in May and June. I'm hoping the one that comes closest to us in Cork or in Kilkenny happens in May before our second child arrives. Okay, that's it for the news. Imagery over on flickr.com/photos/Irish eyes. To make the point, you can see what's happening here by looking at what the camera sees of itself. This is a Logitech high definition camera, C910. This was the news. It's also over on audioboo.fm, /Topgold, and www.insideview.ie. Appreciate you listening. Enjoy your summer day. Here where I live, it's clear, casual, blue, all over. We're going to enjoy that day. Bye for now.